Hi, welcome to Party Food Hero. I'm Aaron. Today we're going to be making armadillo eggs. What is an armadillo egg? All right, so you got a jalapeno, you hollow it out, you fill it with a cheese mixture that's cream cheese based, then you wrap it in ground pork that's seasoned, and then you wrap it in bacon, and then you smoke it. And there's more. And then you glaze it with a sweet barbecue sauce. Needless to say, it's absolutely delicious. It's amazing, not hard to make at all. Takes a little bit of prep work, but yeah, nothing crazy. So super easy, super delicious. Let's go check it out. All right, here are the ingredients you're gonna need for some armadillo eggs. Now, the barbecue seasoning are whatever barbecue seasonings you like, and also optional barbecue sauce, but is mandatory. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to hollow out this jalapeno. So we're gonna cut the top off, and then I'm using a little paring knife. There are tools, I'm sure, that are designed to do this. I don't have it, so I'm just using a little knife to get down in there and cutting around the jalapeno on the inside to get all the jalapeno innards out, I believe is the scientific word. So you just want to get all the seeds and all the inside of that jalapeno out to get it hollowed out, because we want to fill that up with a delicious cheese mixture. So there you go. Yeah. If someone knows of an awesome tool to do this that would make this a lot faster, please leave a comment down below. But that's all I gotta do. And if you want it to be a little spicy, you can leave some of those seeds in, or if not, run some water, get all the seeds out, and then you'll be good to go. But that's all you're looking for. And then you are ready to start making some cheese mixture. After you've done this 5 more times. Okay, you're gonna take your room temperature cream cheese that was made room temperature in a microwave, and you're gonna put on your barbecue seasoning, whatever is your favorite barbecue seasoning. I'm using a jalapeno garlic to really emphasize the jalapeno part of this armadillo egg. And then you want to make sure that's mixed in really well. You don't want to take a big bite of just concentrated barbecue seasoning. Be kind of funky. And then once you have that done, we're gonna grate in some cheese. I'm using a nice sharp cheddar from the land of Tillamook. And you're gonna put about 4 ounces in. And let's be honest, if you want to put more, you can put more. I probably put more than 4 ounces if we're gonna be just completely open about the amount of cheese that we're all using. And then you're just gonna mix that all together as well. And a little trick that I like to do for filling these up is, so I'm gonna mix this all together, and then I'm gonna put this inside a Ziploc bag. And the reason I'm gonna do that is it's going to make it 1,000 times easier to fill these up, fill up the jalapenos. You put it in a Ziploc bag, you snip off a little bit of a corner, and then you just squeeze that delicious cheese mixture into your jalapenos. Just so much easier this way. So like I said, we're going to take our jalapenos, and we are going to take our Ziploc bag filled with delicious cheese mixture, and we're just going to squirt it on in, fill her up. And then, so I got a little wild, and what I did is I had some fresh blue cheese, just some nice, sharp, just great blue cheese. And what I did is I cut some pieces and just shoved it down into the jalapeno. So you had a nice blue cheese surprise. If you don't like blue cheese, don't do it. Use your favorite cheese. And these are going to turn out absolutely delicious. I want to do something a little on the wild side. So that's why I decided to put in some blue cheese. So there, yeah. So I got a big old chunk of blue cheese, and I just made it happen. Stuffed it right in there. Made a little surprise, and then I topped it with a little more of that cheese mixture. So get a little creative. Throw whatever your favorite cheese in. Just throw a little surprise. You'll love it. All right, now we're gonna season up our ground pork. If you wanted to, you could buy like Italian sausage or breakfast sausage if you really wanted to. I wanted to control the flavoring that I was gonna have on this meat. So I got just plain old ground pork and then I seasoned it myself. I'm using a jalapeno cherry rub that I thoroughly enjoy. And so I liberally put it in there because I want it to be very flavorful. So I don't want it to be plain. So I made sure there's plenty in there. I don't know, like 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons. Nobody knows. No, I'm just joking. All of the instructions and ingredients will be on partyfoodhero.com. So check it out there. So you're just going to mix it all together. And now we're going to start forming these armadillo eggs. And a little side note, a lot of people don't know this. These aren't real armadillo eggs. They're just called that because people think they look like eggs from an armadillo. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to take 1/6 of a pound of your ground pork, and you're just going to kind of make a little patty out of it. And a lot of this is just eyeballing. So you're gonna make a little patty, and then you're just gonna work the meat around the jalapeno until it is completely covered. I'm not doing the best job showing this. I'm trying, but it's not the easiest thing to do. It's not hard. And so, okay, if you notice when you're making this that you have a little jalapeno sticking out or showing through, just grab a little bit more meat and cover it up. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be just wonderful. And that's all you do. Look, you got yourself a little leg. Oh no, what are we gonna do? Jalapeno sticking out. There we go. Just cover it up. See, not hard. And then you shape it into an egg, hence armadillo eggs. And once you're sure there's no jalapeno sticking out at all, look at that. See, I had to grab even more. Then you'll just set it to the side and do it again 5 more times. And yeah, that's all you gotta do. You kind of get better at it the more you do it. So, you know, anything in life. So just I'd say go get your hands dirty and do it, but make sure your hands are covered because you're dealing with raw pork. So go get your latex gloves dirty. Making the armadillo eggs. You're probably thinking, wow, these are ready for the smoker. They're looking great, but you always got to add bacon. And so I am just using a regular cut of bacon. Don't get thick cut bacon. It'll make it more difficult for the bacon to crisp up in your smoker. And so just do regular bacon, wrap it around, and then set it down and do it 5 more times. And then we're ready for the smoker that has been preheated to 250 degrees. Let's do this. All right, now you're gonna place it on the smoker. Now I wanted to see if I could monitor the internal temperature accurately with my thermometer. So I inserted it into one of the armadillo eggs. It doesn't really work that way. All you're really looking for, and it usually takes about an hour and a half at 250 degrees, but you're really just looking for 165 degrees on that, on the pork and, the ground pork, because obviously bacon's pork as well. And the other thing too is you want to just make sure that bacon's crisped up. Once that bacon's crisped up, you're pretty much good to go. But yeah, usually around an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And once your ground pork hits 165, I like to crank up the smoker to 450 just to crisp up that bacon. I crank it up to 450 and then let it sit there for about 3 minutes, and then your bacon will get nice and crispy. And then I like to add a little bit of barbecue sauce, get a nice little sweet with the spicy and savory, and it just turns out oh so delicious. So whatever your favorite barbecue sauce is, or you don't have to do this if you don't want to put barbecue sauce on this delicious armadillo egg. All right, now for my favorite part of the video, I get to eat the food. Now, as you can tell, it's not really hard to make it. You know, the hardest part is probably hollowing out the jalapenos, and You know, there's probably an easier way to do it than how I did it, but the way I did it worked, and they turned out great. So I'm really hungry. I want to eat this now. So let's just open this up. You always obviously got to go in the middle where all that gooey cheese is going to be. Look at that. God, it's so good. All right. The hardest part is getting it ready to eat. Is the real hardest part. All right, so I want to make sure I get a little bit of everything in this. Cheese is falling out. Might as well finish the rest of that piece. So, it's a really complex, very complex dish for being called an armadillo egg. Yeah, so the first thing you get is, you get a little bit of the sweetness from the barbecue sauce, then you get the bacon, then you get the pork, the ground pork. And then you kind of get the little, the jalapenos like cooked perfectly. They're not super soft, but they're not crunchy, just perfectly cooked. And so then you get a little bit of that crunch. And then the inside is just so good. God, that's really good. This is one of the ones that had the chunk of blue cheese in it, and I love blue cheese. So really good. It's super, super good. Super easy to make. I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's really good. You got the smokiness on there. It's got a little bit of everything. This would make a great side dish. Hell, if you wanted to make this as a main dish, you probably could as well. Yeah, it's just really good. It's such a easy dish to make. Simple concept. Very delicious. Not hard to execute. But there you go. Make it. You're going to love it. They're absolutely delicious. Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out all the other videos we have. We have a bunch of videos. Don't forget to go to partyfoodhero.com for all the recipes. They're all there. They're right there. Recipe websites are the worst because you have to scroll through to try and find where the actual recipe is. Mine is just right there. Not a billion pop-ups are coming up. Super easy. So check out all the recipes there. There's recipes for everybody. And remember, be the Party Food Hero. I'm just gonna eat this whole thing. I'm just gonna eat it.
Be the Party Food Hero.
So good.